This is Pam, aka Electric Banded Wendy, coming at you. It's been a while since I made a video, but I will do a description of why that is in another video, just not this one. This one is a response to Banded Wendy's Why Am I Fat? So, there's a whole lot of discussion going on about emotional eating. Am I an emotional eater? And Wendy got a message from someone about we're all emotional eaters, that's why we're fat. In no way, shape, or form, excuse me, my cat is about to jump from the bed, so, in no way, shape, or form do I think that everyone is an emotional eater. But, I say this, you have to learn definition of an emotional eater before you go and say, I'm just addicted to food, therefore I'm just a food addict, or I'm just fat because I like food, I eat food. I'm sorry, I have a cat that wants to be in my lap right now, and he's not taking no for an answer. So, in the way of Jeff Foxworthy, I'm going to do a little something. You might be an emotional eater if, does your hunger come on fast? Or does it grow gradually? If you're going through your day and all of a sudden you're just like, oh dear God, I'm hungry. Why are you hungry? Hunger doesn't come out of nowhere. It's a gradual thing. If you are hungry, do you feel a desperate need to eat something right away? Do you? When you eat, do you pay attention to the taste and sensations, or is it gone before you even realized that you ate anything? And you have no idea what it just tastes like, you just know you just did. When you're hungry, is there a certain food or treat you have to satisfy that hunger? And do you feel guilty after you eat? Some of the triggers are, if your hunger comes out after situations, places, events, or people, you may be an emotional eater. Phantom hunger is created when a person feels uncomfortable. So let's talk about the situation, places, events, or people. Situations. I've been diagnosed with cancer. Half my family's been diagnosed with cancer. I'm not one of those people that is like, oh my God, I'm stressed, I can't eat. Guess what? I grew up in a household, it's like, oh, you have cancer. Let me just explain. I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer at 26. Do you know what my mom did when they told her I was diagnosed? She went home and baked me a carrot cake. She came into my hospital room the next day because I have an NG tube down my nose. Obviously, I can't eat. She announces that she made me a carrot cake. NG tube in my nose still at a week later. She announces they ate my carrot cake because obviously you can't eat it. Other event or situational things. Stress day at work. Do you realize it? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Places. I am a person who, even though my cancer was in remission, the moment I went to the hospital, certain hospital, where I had my PET scans and where I was diagnosed, would create anxiety, and after my PET scan was done and I could eat, I went for ice cream. It is what it is. People. I love my family dearly, but there are certain individuals in my family who invoke feelings of insecurity in me, that invoke episodes of eating, whether it is conscious when I do it, or unconscious eating. It's eating all the same. It is what it is. First, let me say, if you're an emotional eater, it's okay. What my therapist tells me is that we are all born emotional eaters because we are dependent on our mother to fill our food needs, our comfort needs. As a baby, we cry. Our mother feeds us. Our mother changes us. So we're all tied to that. As we grow up, we learn to adjust and deal with our stresses and situations without food. But those of us who lacked parents, caretakers, who also lacked the coping mechanisms for stress, or were also taught what they taught us about how to cope with those things with food. Point blank, children live what they learn. I learned in my house that when you're stressed, when you're happy, when you're sad, it's food. We were happy. My mom made cookies. Got a good report card. My mom made brownies. Someone died in our family. Everybody brought potluck. Every emotion ever known to man in my family was tied with food. I never learned that there were other ways to cope. So I lacked the mechanism as an adult to learn how to deal with those emotions in a different way. My therapist has told me that emotional eating is a substitute for the mother-child bond. My mother grew up in a household where my grandfather was an alcoholic. My grandmother did nothing to protect them from beatings, abuse, anything of that nature. So I grew up in a very cold household. Not to say that there was a lack of love. I am the youngest of 6 children. Everyone would tell you I was spoiled rotten. But emotionally, my mother was very absent. My father was there, but he worked multiple jobs. So the love and comfort that I needed in certain situations was lacking. We'll just put it that. Let me just say. I've watched a lot of videos today with people doing response videos to Wendy. And I've heard some things such as, well, I eat when I'm angry, but I'm not an emotional eater. Really? Really? The last time I checked, anger was an emotion. And if it's an emotion where you couldn't express your anger and you chose food, you might be an emotional eater. Just saying. Someone else said, my parents didn't care. They let me buy whatever food I wanted. They didn't care what I ate. They bought me this, that, and the other. Your parents showed their love through food. That's an event in a situation. I don't know. He could be an emotional eater. Something you might want to look into. I think there's an awful lot of people in this community that are saying, I'm not an emotional eater. I just like food. I eat. I eat to eat. Most of us, if we sit down and we really, really dig deep, make a list of your favorite foods, and then ask yourself, what do I feel when I eat those? For example, it is the holidays. Once again, Edie's has put on the shelf peppermint ice cream. When my mother died, I ate peppermint ice cream for 3 months. That was all I ate. Why? Peppermint ice cream was something my mother and I made. Peppermint ice cream was something my grandmother and I ate when we went out to a restaurant. Peppermint ice cream holds a very significant emotional connection for me. Cool Ranch Doritos, I can't have them around. Cool Ranch Doritos is what got me through the nausea of chemotherapy. People would say, well, why would you eat them? Because that's a negative thing. It's not. Cool Ranch Doritos, I tell people, got me through chemotherapy. I came out the other end. I'm still alive. I'm a 15-year survivor of ovarian cancer. I was told that I was dying, and I only had 12 to 18 months to live. I'm still here. So it doesn't hold the negative connotations that people think. Pizza. I love pizza. I live in St. Louis now, so pizza to me, when I eat it down here, it's home. Home base. My new addiction, and those of you that are friends of mine or friends on Facebook know that after I was banded, this addiction to peanut M&Ms came out of nowhere. I don't even know. But when I'm stressed, when I've had a bad day at work, odds are you will find peanut M&Ms on my desk. I will consume peanut M&Ms. I will consume a bag of peanut M&Ms without even tasting them. And then we'll realize that I just ate them. I am not a therapist, nor do I have a degree in therapy. But I pay someone who has a master's degree in therapy to shrink me and help me get to the bottom of this, to teach me coping lessons. And I would like to do a huge shout out to Casey Quinn for coming on YouTube and sharing her struggles with emotional eating. She's opened herself up to everyone and shared her struggles. She shared the book Shrink Yourself that she was reading, but I don't know if you can see that because of the light, that I am also currently reading in conjunction with my therapist, going through some of these things. So emotional eating is very real, and I don't think everyone fully understands every aspect of emotional eating. So before you pipe up and tell others that you just eat to eat because you like food, you like this, you like that, I think it's time to dig deeper and really be honest with yourself among other people, because I think many of us have a root in emotional eating without even realizing it. So that's just my 2 cents. Quote me, misquote me, scatter my name to the wind, north, south, east, west, do what you want. It's just my 2 cents. It's my opinion. Like my daddy always said, opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. And that's mine. And I'll leave you with happy Wednesday, happy hump day, and if I don't make another video before Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. See ya.